Okay, so today we are focusing on the power of serving others. I hope that you get to join me someplace beautiful. And if you can run outside during today's session, I hope that you get some time outside today. So welcome. Yeah, we are going to be focusing on the power of serving others today. I am your host, Georgia Davis, joining you from beautiful, scenic northern Utah, where I am on a mission to help you live a focused, driven life one day at a time. Okay, so have you ever noticed how helping someone else makes you feel better, makes you feel a little bit more fulfilled, or like you accomplished something? I want to talk to you a little bit today about how serving others impacted me at a very young age, and how I have lived most of my life trying to serve the people around me, whether it's offering a smile, greeting somebody at the grocery store, helping carry their groceries, giving a friend a call, or helping them with something wherever I am. I'm just always trying to give back to others. Now, when I get really busy and I don't make as much time for this, I definitely notice the difference in my life, and I notice that I just don't feel as fulfilled or happy. And I don't know if this affects everybody the same way, but it really gives me a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what I have when I do serve others. I remember one of the first service projects that I did as a youth was going and helping to paint a building downtown Salt Lake City. It had graffiti on the side of the building. I don't remember what kind of business it was. I think it was a painting business. I'm not sure. But I remember just thinking, I don't want to go paint the side of a building. That doesn't sound like any fun. I didn't really love the people that were going, the other kids that were going to help. And I knew that I was probably going to spend most of the time with the leaders, but I remember going and having so much fun with everybody that showed up. I remember having so much fun with the leaders, and I just remember the one leader telling me when I got there, just help us out. It's going to be fun. See how you feel after. If you don't enjoy it and you're really having a bad time, then I'll take you home. But, just hang out and enjoy it. It's going to be fun. I know you're going to like it. And I just had so much fun. And every time after that, I always chose to go and be a part of the service project. So today we're going to talk about serving others and how it's not just a good thing to do. It's actually one of the most powerful ways to grow and find peace and create abundance in your life. Isn't that crazy that you can create abundance through serving others? I just love that, because the more you give, the more you receive. So the first point that I want to talk about is service shifts focus and expands perspective. Now, this kind of seems like an interesting thing. If you're giving and you're helping somebody else, how can you expand? Well, when we serve others, we step outside of ourselves. We forget about our worries and our challenges, and we're focused on somebody else for a little while. And that really helps us to be able to get more back for ourselves. We get to take that little break away from everything that's worrying and bothering us. This helps us to shift our perspective and see through a different lens. And it breaks the cycle of self-centeredness and opens the door, for us to really find peace and purpose in our life, because we are focusing on somebody else. Serving others reminds us that we're part of something bigger than ourselves. And that's really the important part about service, is that we really become, it's not just about what you can do, it's about what you can do as a group, as a community, to help and support somebody else. Now, you can do this on just your own. Everybody can do something to help serve other people. But just keep in mind that is part of serving. A lot of service projects are done as a community or as a group, and how amazing it is when you're a part of something like that, and as a group be able to really make a big difference. The next point I want to talk about is, what you give always returns back to you, often multiplied. There's something about the law of attraction, that what you're putting out there, you get back. This is exactly the way service is. If you're helping and serving somebody else, they're likely to want to help and serve you in a time of need. And it really isn't about getting something back. It's about abundance that you naturally create that follows a generous heart. So by being generous, by giving to others, you are putting out a positive energy. You're putting out an energy of generosity and abundance. And this is what helps support and give you that return. If you go with the intent of getting something back, you're going to go with a different intention. You're going to get something different back. You're going to go with intention of, the energy that you're going to get back is give more. I want more. So you're going to have to give more. It contradicts itself. So when you help someone grow, you are also growing too. It takes time and patience and energy to go help somebody else. And if you can help somebody work through something, honestly, you're probably working through something yourself. You have to let go of what your needs are, what your worries are, or what you're fearful about, to be able to focus on somebody else. So you're already beginning to grow and giving back to yourself as a byproduct. The next point that I want to talk about is service builds character and strength. Well, how can service build character and strength? Serving others builds compassion, patience, humility, gratitude, and really traits that create resilience within yourself. It also shows somebody else how much you care about them. So in a way, you're going to want to do more and more of that. It's like a workout for the heart. Over time, you become way more emotionally and spiritually stronger, and you're able to handle life's challenges better because of that resilience that you're building within yourself. And when we serve others, we develop muscles that money can't buy. You can't buy a grateful heart. You can't buy enthusiasm. You can't buy a willingness to persevere or a strong mindset. It's things that you have to develop over time. Like it doesn't just come. You have to work at it. And service is one of those things that really helps us be able to do that. Okay. The next point, service creates connection and community. When you're pouring into others, others want to pour back into you. It builds trust and it builds relationships and unity because you're there experiencing what others are also experiencing while giving and serving others. People remember who showed up when they needed help. If you can think about a situation in your life where you really needed something and somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, John, you always show up for me. I knew I had to come show up for you, and I really wanted to give back to you. Or, hey, Mary, you were really thoughtful of me, last week when I had this going on, and I recognize that you were going through something and just wanted to give you a shout out and see how you're doing, if there's something I can do to help you. I've had those experiences before, and it always feels good when somebody recognizes that you tried and that you put forth an effort to help them with something that maybe they were struggling with, or we're just there to listen to them. Serving strengthens bonds and creates networks of love and support that enrich and involve, or that enrich everyone involved. So, when you are a part of a service project, you feel the positive energy from the people that you're around. Like you can't even help but feel that, and you can't help but have that impact you as well. It's like when the sun rises in the morning and you're in a place where the sun eventually is going to hit. If you keep standing there, the sun is going to hit you. Here where I'm sitting, you can see the sun on my shoulder. I would have to intentionally move out of the sun to not have that, impact me and for me to feel the sun's rays on my shoulder. This is kind of what service is like too. Service, when you're interacting with others and you're serving others, then you feel that energy and you can't help but smile and enjoy that uplifting mood of others that are serving. I don't know if I've been to very many service activities or done service very many times when everybody isn't eventually smiling and laughing and joking around, and maybe there's a lot of work at the end of the day to clean things up or to wrap things up, but it's not very often that you see unhappy people giving a service to somebody else. You just can't even help it. The last point that, and something else, service really does turn strangers into friends. I don't know how many times I've seen that, and a lot of times people become family to one another through service projects. The last point I want to hit on is that true abundance flows from purpose, not possessions. So as we're thinking about that, a truly abundant life is measured by what you have. It's not necessarily measured by physical possessions, but what you give and how you make others feel is really the power behind service. You may have a beautiful home, cars, and people can be like, yeah, they're living in abundance. But what really, really matters is what you're giving to others from your heart and soul. The things that are not tangible, that you can't physically feel. Joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose that come from serving others are far greater than any material reward. So, I've met people that have been homeless that they're just such wonderful people. They're happy. They've had a period of their life where they struggled. They knew they were strong enough to overcome their struggles, and they did, and created a beautiful life for themselves. It's not about what you have. It's who you choose to be inside. It's who you choose to be when you're around others. And the richest people aren't those who have the most. They are those who give the most. Give a smile, give a hug, give, sorry about that. Give freely, maybe they embrace somebody in a hug when they see them, and that's enough. The happiest people are not concerned about material possessions. They're concerned about the impact that they are making on other people. They're concerned about sharing the knowledge they have with others. And just kind of as a recap, so serving others shifts focus and expands our perspective. What you give always returns, often multiplied. Service builds character and strength, and this usually results in resilience. Service creates connection and community, and true abundance flows from purpose, not possessions. And so your homework assignment for this week, and then we'll go into a short breathing exercise, is to take a moment this week to serve someone else. Maybe call a friend who's struggling, help a neighbor, volunteer someplace, just give a genuine compliment to somebody. It can be somebody somebody you don't know is even better. And watch how it changes their day, and then journal about it. And it could change their day just by putting a smile on their face. Like, we're talking about service and my face already hurts from smiling. So be willing to share your purpose and your service with others. See how many different ways you can serve others this week. Okay, we're going to go through a short breathing exercise. We're just going to take 5 deep breaths in. We're going to hold those breaths for 4 seconds and then breathe out. Now, as you breathe in, it's always a good rule of thumb to breathe in light and positive energy. And as you breathe out, it's always a good idea to breathe out the negative, the tension, the stress that you might have in your body. All right, let's go. Here's 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe out. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was kind of nice to be outside. It's a little bit more distracting for me because there's so many amazing things to see and look at and hear. But I hope that you have a wonderful day. Think about service throughout the rest of this week, and we will see you next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Our theme will be, let's see, life is temporary, make the most of it. So life is temporary, make the most of it. That is what we will be focusing on next week. We'll see you then.